Good afternoon, everybody. Steve Georgia here, live from Allendale's trading floor. It is January 27th, 2011. We're getting close to wrapping up this month. We did have some pretty weird trade today. We did have corn and wheat, the two bullish grain commodities here, down a little bit today, down on profit taking. Corn was down 7 cents, sitting just above that 650. So 650 and 3/4 was the settlement on the March. We had the wheat that was down 10 cents today, mostly due to profit taking. When you look at fundamentals, we're still bullish. They still are friendly. We still could see some upside yet, but we did drift a little bit lower here today. But beans, very strong. We've had some of the fundamental change out there in beans as of recent. You've got Argentina that's getting some good rains, with great rain possibilities through the weekend. So that is still out there. That still remains. But today, 14 cents higher. We went up in that March contract, retesting the 14 area, sitting at 13.99.5. Some of the reasons they were saying why we found support in beans and nothing else, mostly export sales today. We had some pretty good export sales. They were looking for 550 to 800, came out at 940. So a little bit friendlier there as far as bean exports. There's also a port strike right now in Argentina that is more supportive here on beans. And then we also had some friendlier crush numbers out here this morning off that report. So it was above expectations they were looking at. So they used that as more of a friendlier figure and kept the beans pretty strong. We did stay below that 14 area, so it'll be kind of interesting to see how it reacts near 14. Over the last few sessions, we did see a pullback in beans, and mostly due to the Argentine rain that they're getting. So keep an eye on that. That's going to be a big story here as we get closer to the weekend and through the weekend. Are those rains going to amount to much? Are they going to get them? Are they going to move? So keep an eye on the weather here, because that has been a big factor here as far as these traders. Crude oil today, following its downtrend. It's moved lower. It's down $1.50 right now. We're sitting right near 85.65. That is a negative close there as well. A lot of my guys are asking, well, how is crude continuing to go down here when everything else seems to stay strong? And I think it's more technical than more technical, I should say, on these slides. We could see this pull back maybe another dollar, that 84.50, before we hit solid support. So keep an eye on that. There's some very good moving averages there. Check out the charts. If you don't have those charts, give us a call. We'd be glad to help you out with that as well. But today seems to be more of a negative day, and we may find a little bit more selling as we get closer to the weekend. The dollar down 13 cents today. It was higher for most of the session. We did find that slip back near the close of the grains today. It is down about 13 right now. If we can finish down this low, it's going to be a little bit negative close for that dollar and could end up potentially moving lower from here yet. The metals, gold, and this was probably here recently, gold down about $19. So we broke through some very solid horizontal support right at 13.17. We broke down below that. Looks like we're going to close below that as well. That's pretty negative. There's not much support below this market at this point. So we'll see if it's going to continue. If we don't rally back above that here tomorrow, I think this market could find some more trouble here over the next few weeks. Silver down about 28 cents, well off its highs. Right now, close to the lows. Looks pretty negative as well, just like that gold. It recently just started to fail. So we may find further pressure here as we get into the close. Some of the soft markets, we were pretty strong here as far as the soft markets. Sugar up 111 points. That's very strong. That sits right now at 34.24. And we've got a gap that needs to be filled yet from 1980. So if you look at a continuous chart, you got to go back to 1980 to be back at these levels. That's going to get filled here at 35.30. So continue watching that. I think that's our next upside objective, if we can get closer to that, potentially with a target somewhere closer to that 38 cents as well. So let's keep that in mind. As far as cotton, up again today. It was not limit up. We were up 256 points. We did go limit here at one point, or came very close to limit, but we did have a solid close, 169.39. So the question is, how high is this cotton going? You still have China, their cash market still higher than $2, so they're still paying up for this stuff. But you got to be careful as well. You've got you've got the Chinese New Year starting next Thursday. It almost seems like they're doing a lot of purchasing right now, keeping this market supportive as far as cotton. They're basically stopped buying here on Thursday, and we'll see what happens to the market as we get into that. But right now the markets are strong, and I think we've got a little bit more upside yet as far as cotton. As far as cocoa up 9 points today. That's working higher. Cocoa has been in the news quite a bit here, just with all the riots they have going on, more of the civil war in that Ivory Coast region, and that's kept cocoa prices very strong. Up 9 points today. They did make new highs yet again. I feel cocoa may still be going up as well. You can check out a lot of this information right on our website. We've got some trade recommendations that we have right there in our research as well. As far as livestock, fat cattle down about 10 cents today on more of a wild ride. Finished $1 off its highs, sitting right at 112.17. They did back off here, and it's been every time we see a nice little rally here for cattle over the past while, we have seen them slide back and pretty quickly. And we may find a little bit more pressure to the downside just on a technical basis, but fundamentals right now are still strong as far as the cattle. Feeders down about 50 cents today. You had the hogs that were up 92 in the Febs, but down about 10 cents here in the Aprils. So looks like a lot of spreaders out there in the hogs today. And as you go further out, you look at the May contract, it was down $1. And then the Junes were actually maybe down 10 cents. So a lot of spreading going on today in those hogs. So, but you look at the nearby contract, you look at that, the Feb still up 92 cents today. You only have a couple weeks left with that, but still look pretty strong there. And technicals are still very strong as far as the hogs. So, with any questions you guys might have, give us a call here. We still have some USB drives that we have for sale out there of our conference that we had last weekend. Call us over here with that, and we'll make sure we'll get that disc sent out to you. 800-262-7538, or you can check out a lot of this stuff right there on the web, allendale-inc.com. Hope you guys had a great day today, and we'll talk to you later. Take care.